Okay, so here are the talents I use for Brackenhide. As you can see, I want to make sure I have cleanse. Other than that, the rest aren't. The rest down here you want for sure. On this side, the paladin tree. This is what I run. Again, the only thing I'd change if I had to change anything would be double freedom. And I would take this talent out right here. I'd put it in freedom, and I'd take one out of Fist of Justice, and I'd put it down at the bottom. And I would have all the talents I want. Blinding Light, Cleanse, and Freedom. And if you're not worried about your hammer being shorter, you can also take your ret, drop your hammer, so you have Blinding Light. But those are the talents I primarily run this week when I'm running keys. The double freedom is great, and if I don't need to cleanse something, Brackenhide I need to cleanse, so this is the talent build I use for that. I'm pretty decked out right now, but my crafted pieces I went with the shield. I put Shadow Flame on my shield with Haste Mastery, and I made the boots with Haste Mastery and Shadow Flame on my boots. I'm running these two for trinkets, Fragment and Beacon. I'm hoping to get the weapon, the forged weapon from Nels, and the neck from Alda I'd like. But this neck's not bad either. But there's my gear. Hopefully the guide helped. If you have any questions, make sure to swing by the stream and ask. Join the Discord community. Again, we do keys every day with viewers, people in the community, whoever. If you just come swing by. See ya. Alright, here's my Brackenhide guide for Protection Paladin. This guide could be used for any tank. This is just a route. Tell you why I pull things, why I avoid things, what's done, all that good jazz. It's simple. I'm not the best tank in the world, but I feel like I'm decent enough that I can help other people become better tanks. If you notice something that I don't call out, feel free to put it in the comments. Anything is appreciated. But here, this first pull, I'm going to make sure that I have the War Scourge focus, because he's going to do a fear that I want to kick, and he'll also do a whirlwind around him. Also, you're going to have fighters in this pack who will target a fixated player and go toward him. You can stun those. Stun them, Blinding Light. Hopefully your range aren't right on top of it. Also, these cages here can only be opened when you're out of combat. With this week being bolstering, I'm just going to try to keep the mobs pulls within like 5, 6, and at least keep them all the same HP, right? So hopefully your DPS are doing the right thing and hitting the mobs that have the higher HP. They don't bolster and kill you. But as you can see, you got hunters here. They'll just shoot random people. It does a lot of damage. The higher they are, the more bolstered. Get nasty. My main thing is to kick the Scourge, the fear right there that I just kicked, and the fighters when they fixate. Which you'll see, I'm gonna update my plater again, but you'll see a lot of these other keys I do. These are color coded. Aqua color is kick, orange is stun, a yellow nameplate is a frontal. So I need to add fighters to be orange so people know to stun those. But other than that, these pulls aren't very bad. The first area here, you're gonna aim for like 43%. You'll see in this pull, this route, I actually pull a lot more because I was experimenting with this route. So I'll upload more videos regularly of different runs and extra runs of extra keys. Again, if you want, I stream every single day. I do keys, I do raid. I tank on a warrior, DH, and a paladin main. I will have the other tanks going, but as you can see right there, both these fighters fixated on the druid and the priest. I stunned the one and they ursuled the other one, but these packs aren't too bad. This next pack we're going into has War Scourge, a Mystic, a Hunter, and a Fighter. So it's just going to be the same stuff here. Make sure we're kicking the Scourge. I'm always going to make sure I kick the Scourge target, which is Diamond here. But here, there's going to be a totem comes out. We'll kill the totem. I'll show you guys my talents as well at the end, or I'll probably make another video where I show you my talents before this key even starts, so disregard what I'm saying right now. But as you see, that fighter's way out there. I forgot to hammer it. That's again, I'm actually gonna pause this video and go fix that right now, so my plater shows those orange so I don't forget. But the beach route is very safe. It's straightforward. You're gonna see a lot of these pulls. Main goal is to get 5 cages open quick, and then I want to do enough trash to get lust back on the higher key for this first boss, which I don't think is necessary now with how much gear we have in the 20s. And a reminder, these keys, this route you can do for any level key right now, up to like 21s. I've done all 21s. So here you're gonna see I'm gonna pull some extra stuff up there. I'll probably still pull that in just because it's easy percent. Especially next week. I will show you in the video where I'm going to skip not pulling. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward it. All these packs now have a fighter that charges that you need to watch. The Scourge that I just kicked right there, the Fear. And other than that, the other mobs just shoot, and the totem, you kill it. Don't be afraid to use your sack. Shouldn't really have to wog anyone. Yeah, so let's fast forward it here. So this pull right here that I'm about to do in my new route, I'm not gonna pull it. At least not this week. Maybe next week I will, because I'll need more time on the beach, because I'm gonna want to have, I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do for Tyrannical, because I want Lust for that first boss. But this week you don't need this pull. Fortified week, you don't need this. This is overkill. Repeat, overkill. You could skip this and you'll be just fine. As you're gonna see at the end here, I'm gonna have a lot of percent. But I'm gonna fast forward it because we're gonna go to the next cage spot. So again here, this pull, it's only 4. So that pull that I just did, I might pull the 3-pack into this next week, or even a week that's not bolstering. And if I have a rogue, I would maybe skip some stuff at the end. There's a lot of things you can skip here. The main goal in this first part here, if you don't have a rogue or don't have a skip, get 42%, 43%, and you're going to be good. And you're going to aim for these 5 cages. So we did the first 2, the one right at the beginning to the left. The second one was on the beach. The third one's right here. And we're going to go to the next 2. You got this one right here. And you got one that's behind me. These are the last 2 cages. As you can see, there's 2 mystics in this pool and a Scourge. I'm definitely going to keep my focus target on the Scourge for my interrupt, and I'll throw shields at the other stuff that's casting. There's a lot going on here. I got the Fear, as you can see. With the Apex for Paladin too, you'll see I run double freedom. So I freedom a target and I get freedom. But this key I chose not to. I should have. But in my other videos you'll see this week with this Apex, I'm going to run double freedom just to get me another person, and then we don't have to worry about it ever. So I'm gonna pull this guy way over here for the last cage. I'm gonna pull the mystic to the left. We're gonna have 3 mystics. Sounds like it's rough, but it's really not. But here we're looking pretty good. After this pull, we're gonna go back and pull the right side of the boss, and then we're on boss. So as you can see, we're at 42% right now. This next pull is a complete waste. I shouldn't have pulled this. This was me still trying to learn the routes that I wanted to do. So this pull right here is useless. You don't need it. Right here, you wouldn't be at 42 because I also pulled that extra pack too on the beach that you didn't need. But it's not the end of the world. Like I said, if you have a rogue, you can skip everything. So it won't matter. If you don't, this is These are routes you don't. This is a pull you don't want to pull. You don't need to pull it. It's a waste of time. I'm also going to go to another pull that's a waste of time, and I will let you know that that pull is a waste of time. So this pull right here, also, it's a bad idea because one, it's between the left or the right here. This pull is way worse than the other side, and this is just percent that I don't need. This is going to put us at so much percent. So don't pull this. It might change on tyrannical week depending on where my lust lines up, because I want lust for this first boss. So I probably, to be honest, will probably go open the cages. Just beeline it to each cage. Don't pull extra. Pull boss with lust and backtrack and kill some of this extra trash, because this trash isn't bad. But yep, we kill the other side. The other side is the one I would go to, minus those 3 pulls that I've already said. That last one I just did, the one before that last one, and then the one on the beach you don't need. You should kill this pack right here if you did the route right, around 42 to 44%, and then you go into boss and you'll see the next part of the route. All right, for this boss, it's very easy for us as paladins. Actually pretty easy for everybody. Main thing is kick the totem guy. Your group should be killing Gash Tooth. The greater healing, we want to make sure we interrupt that. I'm going to sit on totem just because I'm going to get a lot of free Avenger shields. I'm going to get just my Avenger shield proc on the cast are going to be huge. But here, the middle boss is going to whirlwind. For us, it's nothing. We don't really have to worry about it. It's not going to do much if we get hit by it right now. The biggest thing for us is to make sure that we eat the frontal that comes out. I'm going to show you once that happens. We're going to go ahead and fast forward it because there's really not much we have to do as tanks on this boss. Boss is very simple. There's the totem. The group needs to kill it. I just bubble taunt right here. And you see that red line? I just have to stand in front of that as the tank. And Claw is going to do a frontal. I'm going to eat it, and my DPS lives, and the fight goes on. Nothing changes for us. Make sure we kick the heal. I'll throw out some wogs to help people get over 90%, because then if they're under 90 with that dot, it just will kill your group. So I'll lay on hand someone, I'll wog someone, do anything I can to help my healer get back to full. But we're going to fast forward to the trash. After this, we're going to stay to the right. So here next week, we'll probably do a lot bigger with no bolstering, but for bolstering, these are the pulls I do that are just safe and easy. The time goes on, my pulls will get bigger and bigger, and I'll make more videos for more advanced pulls. But for right now, these are pulls that you can definitely do in just a pug. This route is a very pug friendly route, simple, nothing too crazy. The skips are going to be very easy after this next boss. This big tree here that's padding to the right, he's easy percent, so we'll pull him in. Just make sure we kick him. His lashes do a lot of damage. But we also want to kill, as you see, I'm waiting too because it's bolstering, right? This guy has 10 million. I know those guys up there have 4 million that are padding, so I'm going to wait for this guy to get a little low, and then I'll pull it in. Then it's just easier. And then we're going to kill the totem guy, which is rot something. Let me see. After this, we pull this back because it can run away. If I didn't have a druid, I would pull. Well, I pulled this back, but normally I'd stay there with my druid because of Ursel. But here we want to make sure we kill this totem. And if we don't kill it, I'm going to cleanse typically myself first because of the haste, but cleanse anyone you want and just go down the list. Whenever it's off cooldown, just cleanse another person. But the totem's the highest priority, and if you kill the the rot stinger and his totem's out, his totem will disappear. So if he's close to dead, just hopefully your group stays on him and kills it. But we might make sure we get that breath on the oak, which reminds me again, I got to change that to a different color on my plater. This pool here, I should have doubled it, but that ooze is right there. But you can still pull the ooze. The route I do now, I don't pull that ooze. I let it pat and then I pull it. But I'm pretty sure my shield jumps here. I'm watching this real time with you guys while I'm going over what I'm doing. But normally I would skip that ooze. So he's over to the right now, and then I would go. But there's a pat here that's coming right here. The star, he's patting. I pull him back. Oh no, I do skip the ooze here. Good. I pull him back. We killed the rot. Number star. He's our main target here. He's the totem guy. Totem's out. If not, you just dispel it. Then pretty simple. When we get here, we pass the ooze. Don't pull the ooze. Pull everything here. Again, when this guy's lower, I can pull into the pat. But just like a lot of you, I'm just now learning and perfecting the routes I want to use. Again, I will be uploading more frequently now of keys, just doing. Also, I stream, so if you want to see it live, just come by the stream. We also will do keys with anyone in chat. So right here, I should have pulled into the next pat. But also, this is a good way to learn for yourself. So if you guys can record your runs, watch them back, and you can see things you could have done differently, which I'm doing right now as I'm making the guide. So it's a double win for me. And yes, before anyone says anything, I see my cast bars are bigger than my plater bars. So I also got to fix that. But the next pulls are pretty self-explanatory. We'll do the 3 pull, and then we'll do the double tree. And obviously, if you feel more comfortable, just chain more of these together. But we're going to go all the way to the boss. So for this boss, as a paladin, it's pretty sweet. We can get eaten twice, 3 times in a row. Doesn't really matter to us. But if you don't, just have a melee get eaten second, or even a healer. I've had healers get eaten, but the first one we're gonna get eaten. We're gonna stay in there. I always keep this boss facing out because there's a frontal. If you get eaten, try to get eaten on the, well, no, they did fix this now, but you used to be eaten and you do a frontal while you're eating, but he doesn't do that no more. So disregard that last part. Just always keep him facing out. Try to make it so the green doesn't die right on him. So when you get devoured, you're not sitting in poison like I am kind of right now. But you're paladin, you go in, you get eaten, pop it a little defensive. As you can see, I got a debuff right now to the left of my mouse. That basically means, so if you get eaten again, you take 200% increased damage, which we can just bubble off. So we go in, have a bubble cancel macro, because I've seen this boss too. When I get eaten with bubble, bug out and just start killing everybody. So what I do is I go in, I get eaten, I bubble, and then I just cancel macro my bubble macro. But this boss is super easy. Next guy we're gonna fight is on the bridge. We can't really skip him. All I can tell you is make sure your group surrounds him in a circle. He's gonna pick someone to frontal, and they're gonna be dazed. Anyone in that direction is also going to be dazed, so just make sure you're around them. And then after that, I'm going to slow it down so you guys can see the skip that we do, because that's just, it's just the trash that you skip is awful here. So All right, after this guy dies, we're just gonna ride on our mount. I don't fight him on the bridge because he doesn't knock back, and I've got knocked off. But you're gonna go right up on these rocks right here. There's 2 stealth guys here. That guy got lucky that didn't pull. But hug the right. Jump down the edge. We got really crappy padding. Normally the pat's a little bit better, and you can go right through. Mind soothe on the dogs don't get mind soothe, so the mind soothe basically does nothing here. And I'm impatient, but I'm still gonna go for it. But the most time it's better off to just wait. But here we go. Normally there's a huge gap, so you either go to the left of that stump that I'm at, or you jump right where I just jumped. I chain these guys into the boss. Our shadow priest is gonna die here, but it's all right. I'm gonna pull it in the boss. He waited too long and died. So this boss is very easy. Kick him when he does his call for beast. Lay the traps out. In the future, you're probably gonna see me taking them far to the left. Then just always know where the hyenas are gonna hit the traps. But whenever the hyenas come out, I'm gonna get threat on them, and I'm gonna kite them both through one trap, because one trap can eat 2 hyenas. And when they get eaten by the traps, they take more damage. Later on, you probably want to, Tyrannical weeks, you want to wait until they're like frenzy to hit them into a trap, or if you just got enough, you just kill them. So I get threat on both these, and I get them both in the trap. Take extra damage. Super easy fight. But we are going to fast forward now. All right, so you'll see here I'm already at 100%, but if you skip those pulls that I said on the beach, you won't be. And these are easy trash pulls. There's a scourge guy that's padding in a circle behind me around the 4 mobs in the center. Don't pull him, but if you do pull him, it's not the end of the world. But we're gonna clear this up. We're gonna go to the next trash pull. These pulls you will pull when you don't pull the stuff on the beach, unless you have a rogue. If you have a rogue, skip all this. Go right to the end. So these 2 guys right here, normally when I don't pull the whole beach like I did, I pulled to 42%. I'd pull the mobs to my left right now too. So this would be a big 6 pull, which is easy. But since we're already at 100%, we're just pulling these 2. And then you pull the path to the boss. There's a pat that comes all the way up to the front of the cave right here behind me. You'll pull him too. And then you go boss. So let's just go to the boss. As you see, this pat just came up. Normally, in the timing's right, he'll pat right here when you need to pull the group that I just pulled. But we're just going to mind soothe both these and key home to the boss. So with this boss, there is 3 spots your range can stand to not have to move ever. One is right there to my left against where this pat's going to be, but the pat's coming, so I'm just going to pull the pat just because I don't want it to kill us during the fight. So we're going to pull it and then we'll go boss. So as you can see, the druid's up there above me, right ahead to the left. You'll see him when I run through. So this guy's gonna do a frontal, dodge a frontal, and I pull him across. See the druid right there to my right now. He's up on the side. The totem always spawns on the opposite of where you have it. So I have him spawned here. It's gonna go there every single time. So you can control where you want this totem to go. So I'm always paying attention to my totem cooldown, and I'm gonna blow up this totem. I'm gonna save a wog for the debuff. The totem's coming out in 5. I'm going to go across because I want the totem to spawn right where that circle is going to leave, but I moved it too slow, so I counted it as the corner to the right. But It is what it is. Here I got my free wog. I'm going to use it with that healing debuff. Spread out. Use it defensive. The main thing on this fight is killing that totem. But as you can see, here goes the frontal again. Totem's not coming off for 5 seconds. So I'm going to move it to this side. So it's going to leave that circle. He hit the absorb on me. I do a wog. Go over here. And I drop my totem. Biggest thing here is watching that totem placement. So totem's coming out in 5. I'm going to go to this corner. I wanted to leave that circle. Totem's coming out in 3. Freedom myself. There goes the totem. Perfect. Totem placement's huge, just so your melee can get there quick. But super easy fight. Any questions, come by the stream. Feel free to ask. We do keys with anyone. Even if you're a tank, we'll do double tank, or I can go healer, I can ret, whatever. You just want to play with some people that won't leave a key if it goes bad. But make sure to leave a comment if you made it this far.